wanna take my throne. They couldn't build their own. They can't believe my growth. They see the change, the tone.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this series we're going to be going over Mars in the signs. Okay, Mars in the signs, and in this episode we're going to be talking about Mars in the sign of Cancer. Okay, so if you have Mars in Cancer in your birth natal chart, this is for you, and just for anyone who is interested in astrology, because learning all the Mars placements will help you understand more about Mars and how these placements work in general. Also, if you enjoy my readings, you could definitely book a reading with me. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll surely get back with you. And also, check out my music. If you enjoyed the little snippet of music that I had at the beginning of this video, that is my single. Check it out. So, getting back into Mars in Cancer, okay? Mars in Cancer. And the first thing I can say about Mars in Cancer is that this looks like emotional outrage, okay? Emotional outrage. Cancer is known for being pretty docile, nurturing, caring, and chill. But Cancer is cardinal water, okay? So it initiates emotions. Water represents emotions, and being a cardinal sign means you initiate them. So this looks like crying. This looks like having an episode. This looks like expressing your emotions and letting them blurt out. Like, there's a lot of emotional energy and expression when it comes to Cancer. So they could really cry, they could really get angry, they could really lash out and just really intensely express their emotions. So when you put it in Mars, the fire energy, the energy of rage, the energy of adrenaline, you again just amplify this. Okay, so a Cancer can have a lot of episodes and be dramatic. What Mars does is it intensifies it, so and it adds extra anger with it. So Mars and Cancer people, this is not as chill as people say this placement is. You have the potential to have a lot of emotional outbursts. Okay, you could get really lash out on people, get really angry, have really dramatic moments, cry of anger, curse someone out, get really angry, burst out in intensity. Like, there's a lot of emotional outrage with this placement. So do not think this is just like some sweet docile placement. Like I said, Cancer alone, the energy alone, is a very emotional, dramatic energy when put to the test, okay, when it's pushed there. So Mars is a natural pusher. You put this Cancer energy in Mars, this is emotional outrage. So be careful with Mars and Cancer people. Even though their energy is docile, if you piss them off, it will be a whole episode. They do have that crazy side to them, and it's very emotional too, so it's coming from a very deep place. Also with this placement, impulsive behavior, okay? Again, Cancer is a cardinal sign. It is an initiator, and you put a cardinal sign in Mars, it's like you're adding more initiation, because Mars is all about initiation. It's all about starting. So Mars and Cancer people, these people are pretty impulsive, okay? Impulsive, especially with their emotions, okay? When their emotions hits an adrenaline point, they can really take action on their feelings, okay? So this piggybacks to the emotional outrage, but I'm getting deeper into this. It's more than just emotional outrage, but what it is an impulsive behavior. There's a strong impulse, okay? Mars makes Cancer not be able to really contain its energy. It just like pushes it out. So their behaviors can be very, very impulsive, okay? Very impulsive, very instinctive. When they feel something very deeply and it starts to hit their adrenaline, they can truly and strongly act on their behaviors, because there's so much adrenaline, so much emotions pumping up. So it has to come out. And again, it's a cardinal sign. It's meant to initiate energy, release energy, put forth out energy. So Mars, again, is just co-signing this and pushing it out even more. So Mars and Cancer people are very impulsive when they start tapping into their really strong, deep emotions. They can really act on them. Okay, so again, do not underestimate Cancer. Cancer is really a cardinal sign. People forget that. And at one side, Cancer can be very nurturing and calm, and it truly is and wants that. But when you kick in that adrenaline, when you kick in those emotions, and again, it's cardinal emotions, so this is emotions that are being expressed. They can really be impulsive with their feelings and act on them, and their behavior can be very impulsive, okay? And they can be almost like Aries-like, okay? But just more emotional, okay? Again, it's coming from a deep place. So it will take, maybe a little bit more time. It's not going to be as impulsive as like a Mars and Aries. Mars and Aries is boom, I feel it, I do it. Mars and Cancer, it might take a little more time because it has to tap into their emotions. They have to feel it. It has to be something a little bit more deeper. But once they feel that deepness, once it really taps into their soul, the emotions, that's when that impulsive behavior, they really act on their adrenaline, act on the emotion. Also with Mars and Cancer, Cancer rules the home, the family, what makes us comfortable, what we're familiar with, the people that make us very comfortable on a soul level, your family. So with it being in Mars is the fighter, it's the adrenaline. Mars and Cancer people are fighters for their family. Okay, you mess with their family, that's how you're pretty much tapping into their deep emotions. So, we talked about like, don't, trigger a Mars and Cancer because it could be a lot of outrage. Well, one of the easiest ways to trigger a Mars and Cancer is to mess with their family members, mess with the people that's their soulmates, mess with people that are very, very close to them that they consider family. Mess with them and they become fighters. They will fight for their family. They will fight for their family to the end. Mars and Cancer does not play that. They're strong defenders and they get really offended when the people that they're close to is attacked. Okay, so they are strong fighters and protectors of their family. This is what motivates them to fight back, to tap into that Mars energy. So definitely be careful. Don't mess with the Mars and Cancer family. It's like getting a mama bear. It's like messing with like a lion's cubs. You're gonna get the mama lion crazy, and this is the same thing with that Cancer energy. They go hard for their family. They really fight for their family. So don't mess with their family. Also, though, with Mars and Cancer, this can also manifest into fighting within the family as well, too. So at one point, they could be strong protectors and defenders and fighters for their family. But this is because they have an energy where they fight amongst each other. Okay, there could be a lot of fight within the family. Okay, so there's a lot of, again, passion and energy and adrenaline that comes with their family. So a lot of that fighting for their family, protecting their family, is because they're used to all that intensity within their family happening anyway. All right, so it comes from within. So at one point they could fight for a family, but there can also be lots of fights within their family. So try to keep the peace, and again, like we talk about, Mars and Cancer is very dramatic and emotional. Well, when you fight with your family, it is very dramatic, it is very emotional, because these are people that are so close to you, so it cuts, it's deep in a different way. So this piggybacks again to that emotional rage that comes in with the family. Okay, messing with the family, and just in general with Mars and Cancer, again, it's about tapping into that sensitive spot that you weren't supposed to touch. Another thing with Mars and Cancer that's a very beautiful thing about this placement is that they can sense danger, like on an intuitive level. Okay, Cancer is a very intuitive sign. They're very psychic. They can feel other people's energies. They rule the family. They rule connection on a soulful level. So they do instinctively, intuitively feel for people. They have that intuition. So when it comes to Mars deals with adrenaline moments, danger, emergencies, fight or flight. So when it comes to Mars and Cancer, because this is a water sign, it's very intuitive. They can sense danger coming up. Okay, they can kind of sense when things are gonna flip, when things are gonna get bad, when things are gonna turn into an emergency, when they need to guard up. So it's a very interesting placement because Cancer gives that extra intuition to Mars, which makes it very intuitive in these like emergency high adrenaline situations. So a lot of times a Mars and Cancer person can pick up on danger before it happens. They can feel when something's about to rise. They can feel when they gotta come up, again, especially with their family. Like, they can feel like when something's really about to go down. So there's a very instinctive energy that comes with Mars and Cancer during emergency times, and that's a very powerful thing, being able to sense danger before it happens. Very intuitive. Also with that, there are nurturers within emergencies. So one side, Mars and Cancer can definitely lash out a lot, but they can also be the nurturer through an intense situation. So when things are intense, there's a lot of drama going on, there's a lot of fight, like just intensity coming on, they could be the ones to nurture everything. They can be the protectors of the situation. They could be the healers of the situation. Okay, so it's almost like a little bit similar to Mars and Taurus, how Mars and Taurus can be very, disciplined and stoic within emergency situations. Mars and Cancer could be nurturers, healers. They could be the people that everyone runs to for healing and protection, like a mama bear, just covering everyone up and protecting everyone. So definitely a powerful thing. So it's good to be around a Mars and Cancer during an emergency, get that nurturing and healing. So a lot of times when you guys do hear a lot of astrologers talk about Mars and Cancer, they will say that, I think they say it's in detriment. I'm not sure. You guys have to let me know. Maybe not. But people do say that Mars isn't, as powerful here, or the energy's more calm. And like I said, there's two sides to the situation. Mars and Cancer in general is a calm energy. Okay, Mars does represent your energy levels and how you move and how your energy is in general. So when you have it in Cancer, it is a calmer energy. It is a calmer energy. It's water energy. It's more intuitive. These people do things based on how they feel. So it is actually a calmer energy if it isn't messed with. Okay, Mars and Cancer to me is complex. It's not one or the other. It's not that it's only out, like, it's not just rage and emotional outrage, and it's not just being calm. It's both. They basically can tap into both with Mars and Cancer. Overall, their energy is calm. They are chill. Cancer loves nurture. It loves peace. It loves home. So they are chill. They're not looking for problems. However, Cancer is a cardinal sign. It's a cardinal emotional sign, so it does express its emotional energy. So they have two sides to themselves. They can be very calm and very chill if nothing is, then you're not ruffling their feathers. They're really calm and chill. They really are only motivated on an emotional level. But when you tap into these emotions and you get them riling, that's when you start seeing the rage, okay, and the emotions like pouring out. So to me, a lot of astrologers explain it one or the other. Me, it's both. With Mars and Cancer people, they have both sides. They overall are calm, but they can easily tap into their adrenaline and lash out. So they have both sides of the situation. So definitely something really interesting, because water signs are the most diverse. They can pretty much change into anything. They can get really hard and icy. They can be like kind of powdery like snow, like clouds. They could be soft like cottony like clouds. They could be liquid, of course, like water. So it's all water at the end of the day, but water can take in so many forms. So Mars and Cancer is like that. There's a side, it's very calm, like water. Water can be very calm, but the waves can start going up, and water's unpredictable. So Mars and Cancer energy is unpredictable. Do not stereotype it. Also, Mars deals with your sexuality. When it comes to Mars and Cancer, their sexuality is very emotional. Okay, they are stimulated through the emotions, the intimacy. This is all about intimacy. This is how connected you feel with someone through sex. This is not about, Mars and Aries, which is just about getting off, hit and quit it. Or like Mars and Taurus is very much about the physical pleasures. It's not even like Mars and Gemini, which is very mental. This is emotional. So this is about how you emotionally feel with someone, how connected and intimate and close you feel with someone through the sexual experience. So what stimulates a Mars in Cancer is the nurturing, the emotional connection, okay? The intimacy through the sexual experience. That's what makes it great. It's not necessarily just the physical. It's not really about the physical. It's not just about getting off, okay? Mars in Cancer, the motivation is through the emotions. So these are people that could be even a little bit more conservative with sex because they have to feel an emotional connection, to feel aroused, to feel like they want to be in it. So these are people that like to create deep bonds through sexual intimacy. So, and this is for all Mars and water signs. Intimacy is the motivation, okay? The emotional connection is the motivation, not the physical stimulation like Mars and Aries and Mars and Taurus, okay? It's about the emotional connection, feeling nurtured through sex, okay? So definitely a very interesting thing, and it makes them a little bit more conservative because again, they have to get to know the person, they have to feel comfortable with the person, okay? And Mars and Cancer men, these could be men who are very attracted to people that remind them, like, not of their mothers because that's weird, but like someone who has a mothering, nurturing role. Like they'd be very attracted to someone, stimulated by someone who nurtures them through sex, who gives them that mother energy through sex. That could be what a lot of Mars and Cancer people are attracted to. You know, I know it sounds weird. It's like a mother through sex. I know it's weird, but it's not necessarily, it's not about mother. That's really inappropriate. It's really about the feelings, feeling nurtured, as if it's like you're being nurtured through sex. They could be interested in that, okay? Very attracted to that mothering feeling through sexual intimacy. A lot of Mars and Cancer men, or Mars and Cancer women, they could be very attracted to the idea of getting pregnant during intimacy. Not that you actually want to, but it's the intimacy of it all. It's the fact that you're so intimate with a person that you're now carrying their, you know, gene, like their energy, really, you know, and creating a baby is a form of intimacy. You know, you're mixing your genes with somebody else and it's forming within you. That is Mars and Cancer. Mars and Cancer likes that intimacy. So they could be very sexually aroused by the idea of getting pregnant. Okay, Mars and Cancer men can be aroused by the idea of getting someone pregnant. Now, I'm not saying go do that, because if you are not close to someone, don't do that. Don't be like sitting here making babies with people you're not close to. But the idea of it, the intimacy of it, is very attractive to Mars and Cancer people. So the idea of getting pregnant during intimacy is very attractive to a lot of Mars and Cancer people. Getting someone pregnant, that could be very arousing to a Mars and Cancer person. But don't just do that, okay? Babies aren't fine. Babies are not something to just do as something casual. Make sure you're actually in an intimate relationship, a committed one with this person. This is why this is Cancer energy. It's all about emotional security. So this is definitely a placement. I feel like you should be intimate, sexually intimate with people that you have a real connection with, people that you're in a relationship with, basically. Also, Mars and Cancer women could be naturally more fertile. Okay, now I don't know if this is really biological, if you can prove that someone's more fertile than another person. I'm not a genius like that, so I'm not claiming this. But if you really think about the energy, there's been talks about, oh, I'm very fertile, I can get pregnant very easily. This could definitely be a manifestation of Mars and Cancer, because again, Cancer deals with the womb, it deals with the nurture, it deals with intimacy, pregnancy, family, okay, motherhood, womanhood, the womb. That is all Cancer energy. You put in Mars, which is physical, which is sex, it deals with your biology. You could naturally be a more fertile woman than the other because your Mars is in Cancer. Now, don't quote me on that. We might have to look that up a little bit, because I don't know if really people are more fertile than others. But I think that is true. That could be a thing. I don't know. I think that could be a thing because women's periods are also different as well too. Some women have more intense than others. So we could be getting onto something. I'm gonna look that up a little bit more. But yes, that is Mars and Cancer, okay? Very intuitive, powerful, okay? This is a person who's very emotionally powerful. Be careful with the rage here, because again, the Mars and Cancer could really lash out. It could get really dramatic with Mars and Cancer, but to me, the intentions are so deep. You know, they're here to protect their families. They're here to fight for their families, fight for their intimacy. And a lot of this emotional outrage is usually coming from something deep. So if you can calm them down and get to the depth of it, you know, it might not be too bad. You know, this is Cancer energy. It's the energy of healing. So even to me, even when they do have problems, it's coming from somewhere genuine and deep, you know, and soulful. And if you can meet them there, they will definitely calm down, in my opinion. Alright, but that's Mars in Cancer. Really powerful placement, powerful, intuitive, very instinctive and intuitive at the same time. It's a very strong, powerful placement, a very dramatic one as well too. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you did, definitely book a reading with me. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com, samastroreadings@gmail.com, and don't forget to check out my music here on YouTube. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. I know you guys won't be disappointed. And that's all we got for today, so I'll check you guys at the next video, the next Mars video, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.